First unto say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Al-Shah, Hashem, Gakodash. Double honor to the elders, apostles, and teachers, great millstone for my learning and shoot. And I say Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. And I'm going to center this on Jacob's trouble. It's not going to be too long a video, but the warning has constantly been going out. And I'm going to go to the second Exodus, but I'm going to get this really quickly. Because a lot of people will still think we're full of shit. And and this is how you know our people are stupid, because the Lord calls our people idiots. When you go into foolish and sottish, it means stupid. But all of these, like for example, with Trump pushing military troops throughout nigger neighborhoods, nigger cities, and also there's a lot of talk around him being able using different types of wording and speech around him. The idea of him being able to do whatever he wants, because when you go into government, you have checks and balances, right? So it's your three: your legislative, executive, judicial, and I think president is part of the executive branch. But those three branches are supposed to check each other, stop them from overstepping boundaries. But it's been pushed out more than once and recently, really, of how Trump will soon have the ability to do whatever the fuck he wants. In other words, he'll be able to use the military as he sees fit, right? Because I think it was Illinois that had a temporary what's the name of the order? They went through, I forgot the name of the fucking order, but they pretty much halted Trump from fucking bringing in the military, and there was some type of order that they got against him that stopped him from doing that. But one of his confidants said that pretty soon Trump is going to be able to bring in the military and do whatever the fuck he wants, and that's something that he himself has been pushing in the last presidency and in this one. Him being able to use the military however the fuck he wants, without the fucking court getting in his way, without the court stopping him, without any other governmental body or force stopping him. And I think it's Elder Apostle Tahar or Gabar that mentioned how Trump has an intense hatred for Israel, for our people. He has an intense hatred for our people, which is true, and Esau does, but especially Trump, because he had elders calling him Nero. And Nero had hatred for our people. Trump embodies a lot of those same characteristics of Nero. But this isn't slowing down. Trump, when he mentioned bringing in troops in these different cities, he didn't bring in the troops in one city or a few cities and then pull them back. It's not slowing down. That military presence is continuing to increase. So what's going to happen? Those good old boys who missed the good old days, in that good old patriotic Trump, bloody red orange devil spirit, are going to be unleashed. This is Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman, in travail, and the faces turned into paleness from fear. And what men don't give birth, they don't travail like women. So what? That's they're going to that's the amount of fear that they're going to be going through. And you even have script. Well, that was talking about how Shai was going to be coming back. You see niggas going to be fucking dropping dead from heart attacks. But you're likely going to have shit like that happening as well. From seeing the amount of like Revelation 12:12, he should come down with great wrath. From seeing what this nigga is getting ready to fucking do from the military, because there's a lot of things that Esau has in reserve militarily that Jake doesn't fucking know about. Terminators, death robots, fucking exploding drones, and even more shit. Fucking an 8-legged fucking spider robot that can crawl up buildings and fucking stalk you. This nigga is the mad scientist. He has all this shit in reserve, but the Heavenly Father is gonna release this nigga and allow him to open up his armory. But the warning is constantly given, because like you can say, hey, it's always doom and gloom. Well, take a look at, when you take a look on the news in America, it's what do you always see? You technically you always see doom and gloom. If you want to get technical, when you take a look on the news, right, you see these morning shows where these niggas are smiling and shit, telling you all the so-called good things that are happening. But what affects your life more? What affects the economy in the world more? These niggas smiling and faking this shit, or the actual shit that's going on, which is what? Doom and gloom. But you niggas but our people, they just want to see something positive. This is the positive message, nigga. Get your shit right, and you know, if it's Lord will, he'll save you. That's positive. And what? That's positive. What isn't positive, which depending on what side you're on, is you getting fucking blown up by a damn missile. You getting eviscerated by a fucking 8-legged death machine. That's gonna be doing you like them damn horror video games, ripping your damn tongue out your mouth and doing some crazy shit, torturing you before it kills you. Because like, it's going to be the worst time that there's ever been. And y'all keep getting the same message. And as things continue, it's starting to look more like that. That's the thing. Right? It's starting to look more and more like this is going to be the worst time ever. Like the things that we're saying are correct, which they are. But to the average scoffing ass nigga, he may know he scoffs, but it's starting to look more and more like Jacob's trouble. You know, you have like Isaiah 4:1, right? 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. You have that going on now. Now that's referring to the elect Israelite man. But you have something like that in the form of all these women losing their employment, especially a lot of black women, in those comfortable government jobs, losing employment and going broke, which shouldn't fuck that. Like, that in and of itself is complete fucking nonsense. Because like, from what I've seen and heard, those government jobs are good paying jobs, you know, decent paying jobs for what you do. Sitting on your ass, answering fucking calls or filing paperwork. Good jobs. And these hoes are going broke, fucking $1,200 car pay. Women are not giving wisdom when you're going to managing money. That's fucking crazy. You should have some saved up if you got a fucking government job. Or any job for that matter. But especially a government job, if you're barely doing shit but answering calls, you're making upwards of 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 grand. But all these women getting fired, and what are they doing? They're turning to prostitution. And multiple of these women are dealing with one, a few of these niggas who are giving them money to spread their legs. But if that's what's going on, while everything is so-called relatively, I don't even want to say relatively stable. If the economy hasn't collapsed yet, what do you think is going to be happening when the currency changes from greenback dollars to security and protection? And they see that the elect Israelite man has that security and protection. What do you think they're going to do? Because multiple women will jump on one guy for money, for sex or whatever. How much more when their sorry ass life is on the fucking line? But that's just an example of the things we're saying actually happening. The things we're saying are actually lining up to happen. Because what happens when the economy goes out? Women can't protect themselves. They rely on the government. So what happens when the government doesn't protect them? They're going to have to seek out the men who has that protection. But you see that going on now, you know? The last further is great, so none is like it is even time in Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. I'm going to go into 2nd just really quickly. 16. Because like 15, 16 going to the cities being destroyed. How? Through insurrection, rebellion against government, fucking death robots coming down, destroying the people, people killing each other. And go down. Verse 68, 1668, for behold, the burning wrath of great multitudes kindle over you, and they that take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. They that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under foot. They that consent unto them, all of you people who side with the so-called white man, you're all going to die. Either he's going to kill you or the Lord is going to kill you. Either way, siding with the white man is a losing fucking battle in the long run. In the short run, you have your fun, you have your money, yada, yada, yada. But that short run is coming to a fucking end. Now you niggas are going to have to deal with the long-term repercussions of your actions. Now you're at that point where, you have to deal with those repercussions. There shall be in every place in the next seas insurrection, a great insurrection. Upon those that fear the Lord, there should be like madmen sparing none. So Esau is going to come for the prophets, and they say it should be like madmen sparing none, which means he's going to come after everybody. Hell, even his own people are going to get caught up in it. So how much more the people that these niggas actually have that fucking bloody ancient hatred for? And once again, I know I'm pretty much repeat myself over and over again, but the direction of the world is moving towards fucking Jacob's trouble. What's that? Ukraine just had a fucking blackout. I think it was either a couple days ago or I think the video went up yesterday on the other Pastor Harpo video yesterday on the Ukraine had a fucking blackout. You got these different blackouts and all these fucking crazy ass apocalyptic world ending fucking signs and events going on all over the world, and even in America, right? The collapse of American dollar. It's been fucking mentioned so many times to the average nigga, it seems like it's an empty type of thing. But all signs are leading towards this. People keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Why? Because it's not just some bullshit. Nobody no longer really care about the holidays like that. Nobody really care about Christmas. All that shit fizzled the fuck out. The things that haven't fizzled out are what? The economy, destruction, mass death. Those are the things that haven't fucking fizzled out. And so much to the point to where you have high-level political figures mention that, like what, the whole thing with your boy, the martyr of the fucking Edomites, political Jesus, apparently. Name me a time like that in recent civilized modern society where you have a nigga knocked off in front of his audience like that. I personally can't remember any. And that was loved by by so many people in America. I personally can't remember the last time some shit like that happened. Obviously you got your history, but in more recent modern civilized times, or so-called civilized, all these things have been brewing and boiling and bubbling under the fucking surface like a volcano waiting to fucking explode. And when it does, like a volcano, there's no fucking stopping it. The only thing that people can do before a volcano explodes, because you see the signs of it getting ready to erupt, is to get the fuck out the way. But the people who don't want to listen, what happened? They end up getting fucking Pompeii'd. They end up getting fucking covered, smoldered, choked the fuck out, burned alive, and everything else that volcano does to you. But that's pretty much it. I hope it's fine. So all praises, glory, and honor to you. How about Shema Shabbat Shugak Dash? Just get dumb out. So I was about to teach great mystery, following truth. And like I said, just zeroing in on that dude where he said, I forgot the name of the word. I think it started with a P. He said pretty much the word went into how Trump was going to be given unlimited freedom and reign to do whatever the fuck he wants. And as you can see, Trump is a nigga who he's not he's a useful, arrogant idiot. But he's an idiot that's going to act on his idiotness. I know that's not a word. This nigga is going to do his job because he has handlers. He's going to use the fucking military. He's going to do his fucking job. But, Stretching Babylon Great America. Hope it's edifying.